Mic check, checking mics. Holy crap, it's the Duke at #1. All right. So let's get this catastrophe started. Hopefully this is working because I've changed literally everything. And I just, you know, I figured we kind of sit here and see how this works. Don't judge me for the popsicle. It's like 85 degrees up here. Well, that's good. Thank you, a Nerf guy on the bench. That's really good. So for 1, wireless mic. 2, different camera. 3, using the Legion Go as the main thing. So yeah, apparently it's supposed to be even worse tomorrow, Boomer. I'm not looking forward to it. But so far so good. It's gone. It's been a stressful week. But it should be pretty smooth sailing from here on out. Dude, I'd gladly take some early summer rain, Vesic. Gladly. Freeze props and Gregs. How you doing, Supa? T-Mobile store, 6 hours of hell. I worked at a Boost retailer for a while. That one was cherry. This one's grape. I got a couple of them here. I'm just gonna chill. You know, tear these completely wrong. Hey, you man. So far with these, I think they're literally called Fun Pops. They were at Safeway. I think these pink ones are the best so far. They're not alcoholic. That would be nice. I thought about it. I do have some shenanigans stashed away. But yeah, so I've wanted a way to like wirelessly stream, and this is probably the best way I have to go about it right now. So if I needed to get up and like take the camera around and stuff, I can do it. It's still connected to the Legion Go, but the Legion Go is wireless, so yeah, it could be some awesome, huh? Hopefully. I do have most everything for my Greg printed out. I didn't print out the scope because I'm just gonna use and scope. And I just vaguely cleaned off this table. But looks a little bit cloudy. Could be the ND filter. Let me take off the ND filter. I don't think we need it. Yeah. Oh god, this is way harder than I thought. Why is it magnetic? Is that a little bit better? I might have had a smudge on it. Modding my xshot lock lever action, is it practical or useful? No. Is it fun? I mean, you can hold off zombies with it. Summertime is here with a vengeance. I might have had a smudge on the ND filter. How much it costs all the Greg filament? I very much underestimated the amount of filament you need for the Greg. I got $400 worth of filament from Bamboo to print this thing out. And I only got like 2 white, 2 black, and then a bunch of random stuff. You need like 3 of the same color roll. So I had to go on Amazon and get more. And it still kind of looks like a clown car. I think I got it where I wanted it. I didn't do any AMS shenanigans because that's a lot of filament that I couldn't expend right now. But overall, it's pretty good. Well, the good news is, Lord Popcorn, it's stupidly easy to do that. So, the main parts of the Greg are printed in this nice, pretty olive drab green. Then the barrel is kind of like this. And I've got the rails on the top are in white. And then there's some splash of black, dark gray, a bronze color, which I thought would be a little bit more golden. And some light gray. Or light green. So I think I got kind of close. The green's not, this lime green didn't really match the way I wanted it to. But I think it looks different. What is this supposed to be? Well, considering this is the barrel, Walcom for scale, this is just the barrel. This is the barrel, right? This is ridiculous. You really underestimate how much filament this thing takes. I don't know how exactly this goes together. This has to be the rear end because it looks like that's where the catch and stuff goes. I'm just uncertain how these things go together. So yeah, I have, I think, everything but the scope printed out now. Summer are usually very brutal in my area. We get 90 to 100 with humidity. I mean, that's kind of like Washington summer too, but it's not as bad as like Georgia and stuff like that. Hey, Solanus, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. I just finally almost kind of sort of unscrewed this area of the studio. I have to take off. Oh gosh, where did I put that? Oh, it's over there. I have to take off some of the brim. Greg with underbarreled Moose 2, that's insane. Ugh. Yes, General Strife, I vaguely saw that. God loves popsicles. Where's my other popsicles? It's been 30 seconds. These are already melting. Win TF2 minigun mod? I have the Moab. It apparently fires stupid. Give me a bit. I'm going to lower my core temperature with these popsicles and then we'll start. Full auto Titan rocket launcher. Yeah, and you should make a Nerf, you know, orbital cannon. Let's just start saying random words. I think 2 popsicles are the superior popsicle. They're just easy and tasty. Unfortunately, I only had these left. And they're too big. I can't do it. In each class, I do have plans to do a top 5 of what my favorite blasters are right now. For both like normal Nerf and 3D printed. That was my main idea right now. It's simply because there's blasters I want to talk about that I don't get a chance to talk about. Yeah. I mean, I think these are only like 40 calories each or something like that, so they're pretty light. Yeah, these pink ones, I'm not sure what flavor they are, but they're very good. They taste like a strawberry lemonade. Got the fan going. This is practically paradise. They have those Dailies frozen cocktails that are pretty good. At least some of them are. They're pretty tasty. Grape is good. Blue is also really good. Coconut. I hate coconut. I don't mind like a pina colada when it's more pineapple than coconut, but it seems like every single time I get something, it's like mostly the coconut flavor. I can't be the only one that feels that way. I just realized it's going to be very difficult for me. I have my phone at least I could probably use to bring up the instructions on the Greg. Did you ever review the Nightingale semi-auto, full auto, and hotshot mode kit from China? I don't think so. Didn't know they made that. Am I coming to any California events this year? Doesn't look like it. There's one that's always up in the air. I don't know if they're doing another one this year. I probably won't hear about it until July if they are doing another one. But it's not a public event, so it wouldn't matter. But there's been a company down in California that I've ran their retreat Nerf war for the last couple of years. Have you tried the Sprite Toast Tea? Yes, I tried it 2 days ago and I thought it was amazing. This is an S22 Ultra, so you're wrong. All right, let me grab my deburring tool. Ugh. Ugh. We got to do this to get rid of the brim that was printed on the outside. I did see that snack wraps are apparently coming back. I'm terrified to find out how expensive they are because I bet you they'll be like $6 a piece. Anybody who knows the snack wraps knew they were like $1.50 back when they were around, maybe less. So you could go get like, you know, 3 or 4 of them. Be happy. Modern McDonald's would probably charge you like $7 per. I'm guessing minimum is going to be $4.99. What they really need to do is bring back the mixed salad shaker. Cowards. I find it crazy that people are like, I need to get one to save the wrapper. As a civilization, we're cooked. Let's just try to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, the B-car your girlfriend tells you not to worry about. This is excessive, to say the least. It's just too much, Moose. I believe it says so in the title, Santi, and there's an image of it down in the description if you want to check it out. It's called a Mammoth, Greg. All right, cool. Well, glad to know I can stream from the Legion Go, because that changes a lot of things. This might actually make it so I can stream some really cool stuff. What I'm doing right now is I'm deburring the parts because they had a brim on them to help them stick to the bed. So I had like a single layer of plastic, and it's really noticeable when that sticks out, when it has an edge that meets another edge. So we're taking this little tool and we're taking off that one little layer of plastic on the edges, the flashing, I guess you would also call it. So it'll look much more natural when put together. And it is going to be a painfully long process, which is why we will live stream it. I will, in the future, get some lights and stuff set up over here. I'm not sure if this is the way I'm going to keep this setup, but this is a lot better than I had it before, in my opinion. I'm trying to work on building this area of the set, or the studio, into a workspace. That's my goal. It's going to take money that I don't have right now. I need to get some pegboards, some extra tools and stuff like that. But I've pretty committed. Maybe I'll finally be able to get around to building that paint booth I've always wanted. Why is your mascot girl a cute anime girl? Because it's always a cute anime girl. She's just the image character. She's not like the mascot. Seems like every company has an anime girl. And if you don't have one, the internet will make you one. That's just kind of the rules of the internet. I don't make it. And yeah, I believe they're described as image characters. So, she doesn't really have a name. But, yeah. Flesh sodas, there you go. I don't know, she's, it's a little hot to be up here for her right now. Plus she works real early in the morning, so. Well, this one turned out pretty much perfect. I would contact Spring. I'm gonna be switching merch stores here soon. I just need to get on it. I really wanted like new merch to put up there, and I don't really have an artist right now, so if somebody is an artist and wants to make some money, let me know. It's funny because I went to school for art. Well, that means there's probably like a whole $8 in my Teespring that I can take out, Rufus, so thank you. Actually, it's probably less, I don't know. I kind of stopped paying attention. Is it? I find it annoying, Ghost. I'm not really enjoying this right now. In fact, I'm really worried that you're going to see the seam line on every single piece.
Let's rock.
I hope this helps you in your paint booth journey. I'm looking to finally start painting soon, looking to make a car-themed blaster. Might name it Saturn. Well, now you got to make a Saturn. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, Nerf Guy on the Bench. I have a design for the paint booth. So... that was another reason why I wanted to move everything over here. The problem is winters and most of spring suck in Washington. So it's like half the year I can't do what I need to do. All right, well, deburring is super satisfying when it's like long, straight pieces that don't have tons of overhang. I can see the joy in that. Ultra 2 from Goodwill? Nah, yeah, that's awesome. There might still be kits for turning it into a elite dart shooter. It can't shoot short darts, unfortunately. Otherwise, you can overvolt it. Two to three Ultra 2s in my box. I modded one for Mega. Oh, that sounds fun. Is it 5-shot on Mega or 4? Four. Not bad. What's that hit? I assume that could hit pretty good. I need to get a Roomba up here. I just realized that. That would be a pretty decent investment. Especially with the CNC. Well, maybe I should hire you, Supa. You want to trade one humida hell for another. I think we're just about there. I have 2 of those printed? Okay. What a waste of filament. That was not an insignificant amount. Taiga might eat you. Well, this definitely needs to be deburred. So does that. Pinged yourself? What's the best sandwich? I am very much on the turkey club. I'm a good Italian man too. Turkey club, Italian. Better way to pick up darts. I got the Dart Rover from Shellington Labs in, and it works pretty darn good. I might do a video on that. I'm trying to think of how to make that video work. It's kind of a difficult video. Humidity got to a lot of the 3D prints on the field. Ooh, go into detail. I've never really had this problem before. Unless you're talking about barrels. I've seen darts and barrels not do too well in the heat. I've never seen a blaster like fail because of it, but lots of squibs. I'm pretty sure the Warden is worse Lonely Sniper. I actually have a lot of the Nerf targets already. I'm kind of curious about doing a Nerf target. I actually had a Nerf target video planned. I think I even had it scripted out. I lost all my scripts to a update on the software, which is super annoying. Do it is my answer, Zero. I am building the most audacious Nerf sniper rifle ever made ever. At least that's the plan. Oh, these have to be. Oh, no, these have to be. Ultra speed flywheels. Honestly, in hindsight, was the ultra speed as bad as everybody said it was? I think I was pretty neutral / somewhat positive on it. What do you guys think? I'm actually curious. It's amazing how much stock pancakes have lost in the past couple of years. Nerf gear is kind of a hard video to do because it's literally all for children. I have a feeling I'm just ruining this trying to get these overhangs off. I have a feeling it's going to be way worse now because now there's little chamfered edges on everything. Okay. I feel if they would have put out the strike to use the same mags as the speed, we would have been better about it. I haven't seen any of the new blasters, John. Moose sent me the instructional pictures a little while ago. Good old instructional pictures. Okay. This is the plunger rod. That's how big the plunger rod is. It is pretty beefy. Lube. Hardware. That's about it. There's a good chance I'm going to need some of this. Yeah, this is more of like a metal tube with chunks taken out of it. Bush apple. I got some and I've been saving it. I didn't like Bush Peach. I thought it was actually kind of bad. Okay, it requires a very small, thin O-ring, and I already don't have that. This is all hardware for the B car. This is literally just all bearings and things for bearings. There's 2 big O-rings here. Small O-ring. Did I already not have all the hardware? Like, step 1, I'm missing something? It looks like a way thinner O-ring than what I have here. Oh no. I literally opened the bag and put everything on the table. And there's like a small thin O-ring I'm not seeing. Crap. Sorry, 1 second. I gotta at least make an attempt to look for this. It helps that I unboxed this and then moved a bunch of stuff around. Huh. Well, that might have been a very short stream. Excuse me. There's no way, right? Huh. This might be a problem. Siren Gnarl worth it? I mean, we're so close to the AEB. Also, the AEB might be coming a little later than you guys think. While the street date is supposed to be, what, the 9th? I have a feeling it's going to take longer than that for them to actually show up on shelves. This is a problem. I think I might actually be missing an O-ring. The first thing I need. I might be a little screwed here because it kind of seems like I'm missing a very thin, large O-ring. This takes Mega XL. This is the plunger tube, or plunger rod. This is the plunger tube, and here's the barrel. My barrel is unfortunately broken. It got dinged in shipping. I don't know how noticeable that is for you guys, but it's pretty misshapen. But yeah, this is the plunger tube. That is stupid. And I think I'm missing the plunger rod O-ring. I mean, one of these would work, but... Ooh, no, one of these wouldn't work. Yeah, I'm definitely missing that O-ring. Well, that kind of sucks. Unless there's another hardware bag somewhere I'm missing. But I'm even seeing like there should be an O-ring there. I don't have an O-ring for that. Wow. I guess that actually goes back in here. That's just ridiculous, Moose. Just gigantic. Pretty sure this is backwards, but I heard the Sight Gnarl is good. I don't know. It is a really good blaster, but I mean, if you need to have the full auto, then that's probably your best bet. If you don't need the full auto, I would wait for the AB. Mega XL Sniper. But I feel like I'm either missing a hardware bag, because I feel like I'm missing 2 different O-rings at the moment. The Blink with the Gnarl? Oh, am I? I'm getting so old, and all these blasters have dumb names. It's starting to get to me. I mean, I have a Mark III. Do I really need a piston pump? The Mark III is gonna, or the piston pump's gonna blow the Mark III out of the water. Again, unless you need full auto. I don't think the piston pump's gonna be the best full auto blaster, that's for sure. But considering full auto in Nerf is kind of poopy. Excuse me. I think the Gnarl's awesome. I know it got the least attention out of all of them, but I really felt like it was the best blaster. The only thing the Mauler had going on was that it hit stupid hard for a $40 blaster. The Gnarl, I didn't even think about it when it came to the Fury X, because I think the Gnarl is like a $17, $18 blaster, and it's on par with the Fury X. Can you still buy the Gnarl? Yeah, he says I'm missing 3 O-rings. I don't throw away O-rings. I'm talking to Moose right now about it. Dart Zone might be working on an LPA. I mean, that would be fun. I'd like to see an LPA competitive blaster. That would be interesting. If somebody could take the system, the what do you call it? The Bazooka uses, that would be ace. That would be incredible, because the Bazooka is just so freaking good. So I've got this bag of hardware, this bag of hardware. These 3 O-rings were in this bag of hardware. This bag of hardware did have a hole in it, but there was 2 bags of hardware, 1 full of B-car, and 1 with springs, screws, and O-rings. And an elastic. Huh. And this bag has a hole in it, so I'm dropping screws everywhere. Well, that's a shame. I thought it seemed like too few O-rings. Springs, screws. All of it should be on the table. Oh my god, I get the bill of materials, Moose, but this is... I'm not going to be able to figure out what, you know, 13, 10, 30-second bolts are, stuff like that. Wait, does that say... Oh, okay, no, I thought it said it required 64 of those. Well, okay. I guess we're gonna have to not build this. What's my pivot? Maybe I'll work on some CNC stuff. Because that's my natural progression right now. I could download the CNC software on the Legion Go and do that. And that might be the plan, because I don't know what else to do right now. Yeah, I'm aware they made a one-piece Lego set. I saw it. I saw them. Huh. Well, I'm really sorry about that. I thought I had all the hardware. I don't know what to do. This just finished printing, and it looks like garbage, and it's completely worthless. Maybe it's salvageable. Classic Real tipped $1. Your pivot is to show off the next video blaster. I mean, I can't really show anything off. If I'm doing a video on something that's in package, I kind of need to keep in the package for the video.
Let's rock.
Holy crap, Seagull. We're live. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Keep your head up in this wacky world. Much love. I'm trying my best, Seagull. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat when I'm not doing anything. That's insane. But I really appreciate the good vibes. It's been one hell of a month. It's been one hell of over a month. Man, there goes my entire plan for the stream. Because I'm limited now, because I'm streaming on the Legion Go. Crap. And my chat is completely frozen on this. Doomland's tier list? That's like 7 blasters. And again, we're kind of I don't really have the ability to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff because I'm on the Legion Go. I'm streaming off this little computer right here. Is there interest in seeing Super Soaker content? Because I'm still thinking about doing some Super Soaker content. Because I have a lot of the real good ones. Man, I can't believe how badly this printed out. Oh my god. Yeah, that PETG is done. It's a few years old, and I dried it out, but I don't think it's good enough. Gonna have to get some new clear PETG. Ugh. That's too bad. I lost one of the thumbsticks to one of the controllers for the Legion Go, so I printed some out. And then I thought it'd be cool to print out clear ones so they can catch the light and glow. And those turned out really badly. Do I play on console or PC? I play on PC. Have I ever played Deep Rock? Yeah, a long time ago I did, Diane. Oh, time to play Splatoon, says David. I still haven't even opened up my copy of Splatoon 3. Well, I am happy to report that this microphone and that camera works with this. That does open up a lot of potential things for live streaming, and I'm pretty excited about that. The only thing I can really think of is I can try to go through some CNC stuff, because I still have some filming I have to do filming for that. That's the problem. And I'm currently using my portable cam for this. I guess I couldn't, which is a shame. I did, however, CNC out a bolt handle. It took me a while to get the thickness right, but yeah. It only takes about, I don't know, 35 minutes to CNC out a bolt handle, which made this a much livelier blaster. So that's cool. It took me a few tries. So here is for the thing. Excuse me. This is the material I bought off Amazon. I think it's 27 bucks for 2 plates. And there's a learning curve, obviously, to me learning how to do the whole CNC thing. So I didn't exactly understand that, you know how in 3D printing, if you've ever done 3D printing stuff, you put the model on the print bed, and then you slice it, and that's all saved and done. With this, you have to have the model set in the correct space. So I completely kind of butchered this one, because I did the first one in the middle and then tried to do ones off to the side and stuff like that. It wasn't until I got down here that I started to figure out how exactly to position stuff. So there's a lot of wasted material here. I could probably get 2 more bolt handles, but you can see, like, there's one right here that didn't quite work out. I had one that actually broke the tabs and flew out. These 2 are fine if I were to cut them out. Actually, wait, I think one of them failed. Yeah, this one failed. I don't know what happened. It couldn't do one of the cuts, but this one's fine. The problem is trying to get the thickness right. They were all too thick, and I couldn't figure out what the issue was. So I was trying to get it to where it would, like, you know, machine down the thickness of the part and then cut it out. And if you were to look at, like, these ones, you can see, like, they're lower, but I wasn't doing the right cut for the facing, and it caused me a lot of issues. Finally, I talked to the company, and they told me to use a different cut than what I was using. And that's the one that I used, like, the first time. It worked perfectly. And that was for this, where I got the proper thickness. Otherwise, I'd have to edit this bolt piece right here. But yeah, as soon as I got that, it's good. I did sand the edges down too, with some sandpaper. Just took a strip of sandpaper and ran it down it. And it is night and day better. It is so good. That makes the Smiley maybe the best blaster ever. I am considering machining out these plates on the side, because those can be machined pretty easily. There's not a whole lot else I think you could CNC pretty effortlessly, though. But that's been my journey. It's taken a lot of trial and effort to get here. I still have this whole plate left over, so one of these is fine. You would have to figure out a new way to do the bell end. You could take one of the normal ones, you could stretch it out or something, because it is a step file included with the smiley files. But this will fit like 8 more bolt handles on it. So I could make a couple more. And again, it's like 33 minutes per one of these. Pretty good. I'm very happy. My next project is to finish the projects that came with it, which the next one is like a lamp, like one of those acrylic lamps you see in like all the, like if you ever go to a mall, they're really popular with like anime characters and stuff on them. That is the next project that comes with this thing. And it's meant to show off that this can do a lot of stuff. So there's an idea. So what you can do is it actually comes with the circuit board already done. Or you can make your own circuit board. And that's what all these little parts and pieces in here are for. And I'm gonna make my own circuit board, because why the heck not? USB-C powered, even has, you mill out a touch button with this aluminum plate. So I got all the stuff to make my own circuit boards. I even got all the masking stuff for them, which I'm sure is super healthy for me. I'm excited. In fact, where is it? There's a cool little thing. Oh, where is it? Oh, this right here. This blows my mind. This is a solid block of ABS plastic. That is crazy. It weighs a ton. Oh, this is so cool. CNC is a different world. I'm looking to get back into the hobby. I love the xshot minigun, I have the xshot minigun, a hammer shot, a demolisher, a retaliator, but I'd really like a long range option. What's the best I can get that isn't too pricey? Check out any of the xshot Pro stuff, Halt. I would personally suggest looking at the Fury X. I would also suggest looking at the xshot long shot. Those are two pretty good options for long range that are relatively inexpensive. I think it's so funny you showed your one-up last week. Did you see the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection? I did see that. MKF30. The best lube. There's so many hobby options. It's all the same stuff. Like the slug slime, it's literally just RC car shock oil lubricant. You can get it in massive bottles for like 10 bucks off Amazon. That was explained to me by, what do you call it? Solanese. He explained that to me. I might actually send my, my AEB out to a friend for him to make some parts with. It's 80 weight shock oil. Can I make a flywheel cage? Theoretically, yes, Ty. I have 4 axes. I don't have 5. But the issue is learning how to program all the cuts right. The cut, I think that would be the hardest, would be the one. Because you got to think, like, from top down, it's easy. But getting for the barrel and the dart entry, that might be a bit difficult. So you have to do, like, 2 or 3 different passes. It wouldn't be impossible, though. A lot of math. You know, the thing I'm terrible at. I need to talk to Hawkeye, because he would know, but I'm pretty sure I could. So you do, pardon me, You'd have it flat, you know, piece of metal, a cube, flat. It would be able to mill out around the circles and stuff like that. Do all that kind of stuff. Actually, I would actually honestly bet you'd start with the bottom. You'd do the cuts for the motors and the screw mounts. You get all that cut. You'd flip it over. Then you do the cuts for the actual like flywheel mounts and the screw holes and stuff like that on the inside. And then you'd flip it over and you do one more cut on the back side for the entrance. You'd flip it over and you'd do another cut for the barrel. Like the hardest part about doing that is you have to make sure that that cage and everything is in the same position every single time you do it. This guy, thankfully, has a laser, so I can walk over to it after I've ran the G-code and everything. I walk over to it, I set it all up. It's got a laser probe. Can I even open this with all that crap on top of it? I don't think I can. I can't. But it's got a laser probe connected to it. You just put it in the chuck, and the laser will show you like where it's going to cut. And if it doesn't look right, you just stop it. But yeah, it's all controlled. There's only one button on the entire machine. The rest of it's all controlled by a tablet or something like that. So I think it would be, I don't think it'd be that hard. I think I could do it. It's just a lot of measuring and a lot of math. I'm also terrible at my bachelor's in STEM fields, so there you go. God, funny how that works out, huh? I have a Carvera Air, so it's not the automatic tool changing one. But when you consider the prices, so the Carvera has automatic tool changing, it has a built-in vacuum, and it has the wireless tool probe, which I don't even understand why you'd want the wireless tool probe, to be honest. What else? It has a slightly bigger build area. It's double the price. And so I honestly don't feel like those things make up for it. I just don't feel like you would need that. The thing with the automatic tool changing is that you could set it and forget it. But this is also one of those tools where I wouldn't feel comfortable kind of leaving it to its own devices like that. So I don't know. You're talking about paying double the price when you could have two of these, double the price just to have automatic tool changes. I don't think that's worth it. I really don't. Maybe you'd feel like that's worth it, but yeah. I don't mind FNAF. I've only played the first game, and I played it a decade ago. Wasn't there a reason Skirt Seals died, Vesic? I think they have too much friction. Better seal, but too much friction. Thankfully for me, Moose was already going to send me out a new barrel, so I can hopefully get the O-rings and stuff I'm missing. The minigun. Where did the Walrus come from? It just kind of happened. I don't know. Fuzzy Walrus Industries was a joke company I made in middle school. And for some reason it became an actual thing. Never expected that. Ugh. Man, this little mic does work. You guys aren't complaining about the mic. There's even a fan blowing. And you guys aren't complaining about the mic. Oh yeah, it definitely goes that way. I think this goes kind of like that. Oh. I have a feeling that's supposed to actually fit in there to some degree. God, that's such an obnoxiously huge blaster. It's gonna be sweet. Anyone have issues with printed extended mags for the Dianas? I haven't even tried. I don't like printed mags that much. I use them when I have to, but I'd rather not. Or the washer head darts is why stuff like the plus bow and full draw was only 200 FPS. It's a lot of things. You got I think my first Caliburn only hit like 150 FPS with a full K26. Like, technology and tolerances have gotten way better over the last couple of years. That's the thing, it's like, it's kind of weird how efficient we've gotten, like, just through, you know, optimization over the years with blasters. Because back in the day, yeah, it's like, I remember the first Caliburns, like, they were so hard to prime back, and they only hit like 150 FPS. We've gotten tighter barrels, we've got better seals, better plunger tube geometry and stuff like that. And keep in mind, the first Caliburns also could have used short darts. If you could run Hasbro, what would be your first decision? Fire everybody. Literally everybody. That goose is cooked. Hire a bunch of hobby designers, people with passion. Stop this, won't anybody think of the children mentality. Put somebody better in charge of, like, Wizards of the Coast, too, so we don't get no more strong, or, SpongeBob, you know, Magic the Gathering cards, and people with actual passion and love need to be running those companies. Well, apparently Xbot's coming out with a bolt action. That's pretty cool, but I think it's, like, just a toy. I think it looks like almost like a reshelled, one of those old ones, like like just a reshelled for, like one of those China specials. It doesn't look like anything super special awesome yet. But I'm hoping we see somebody do a lever action. I'm getting tired of not having a lever action. Hobby grade lever action needs to happen soon, like from injection molding standard. And I have a feeling we'll probably see it next summer at this point. It always happens because we have the Mahjong, Manzang, whatever that is, and that's a really good lever action. So it only takes up until next year after we get finally a really good lever action, everybody else jumps on the trend. Does Amazon, I think they sell the worker ones? The Mojang. I think Amazon will sell the worker ones. But otherwise, yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot. Dart Zone sells it on their website. They might be out of stock, though. Who else? Like, as for, like, getting one quick, you're better off buying a, like, off-the-shelf one. That being said, I'd still recommend the HQ B-Car from Phantom Toys, because it's the best one I've ever used. I saw they brought back the Tomcat. I think the Tomcat is a fantastic blaster. I hope Bobo Innovations still sells the kit they have for the pump, because that's way better. I think it's an awesome, it's one of the best, like, secondary blasters I think you could get your hands on. As for the Dictator, I don't think so. I think the Tomcat was the right call. Yeah, the Dart Zone ones are pretty good. Every single blaster I've ever used, regardless of the velocity, the HQ one is the best. And I don't know if it's that specific one I have, or if it's just all the HQ ones are just the best, but that's how it feels. I've used 130 FPS blasters, I've used 300 FPS blasters, it all does really good. Yeah, I'd run the Tomcat as a secondary. Since it's not mag fed, it's got slam fire and stuff like that, it's also a relatively compact blaster. I'm not entirely sure where mine is at the moment. Put it on a sling, put it around, have it as a backup. That way you can specialize your primary into something a little less palatable. Something that isn't like short dart. You can get kind of wacky with it. Because like, man, being able to just instantly drop your primary and pull out a secondary that you can just slam fire 50 short darts out of, nuts. I don't know if Siren's still doing blasters. I don't know what happened with them. I talked to him last time in December and that was it. The Tomcat was on the top of the Pro Blasters bin. I have a Pro Blasters bin. I didn't know I had a Pro Blasters bin. On the floor, left side, right at the front. Right you are, Ken. It's been a long time since I've held this thing. The only issue that can be fixed is just how wobbly that is. So that grip being that loose because of tolerances, that means that your prime is not going to be as efficient. And the Bobo one wraps around. And so it's got way less wiggle to it. I mean, that's a hefty prime. The other downside is it doesn't have all the easy spring swap stuff. Oh. Yeah, wow, it's amazing how even just in a couple of years, this thing feels absolute ass in the hand. It is awful. Oh, and to think that's still better than like the Nexus Pro. This is awful. Like, even comparing it to the Dictator, right? So this was the year after. This was 2023, I think. Same year. That is so much better. Holy crap. Like, you can almost pinky prime it. That is night and day better. That's pretty good. I never did do a video on this. It's not terrible. I actually think I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. But I think if you want to put some effort into it, the Tomcat's the better option. Sucks there's no like, even on the base blaster, there's 0 sling loops. You'd have to put some on. It could do with a little TLC. I think it's like, what, 60 bucks? Is there an underbarrel shilly cell launcher? There will be soon. I do believe GDOP is working on one. that's horrible. Oh, God. Why? That probably has something to do with it. That's weird. That's not awful, because like you could prime it and then you could short stroke it into a cylinder that has something. But maybe it has to do, oh, there's so much energy wasted because that prime is so not secured. So like when you prime it back, this whole this whole level right here is just grinding against the plastic like it's awful. It's so bad. And yet it's such an amazing design with the drum. Does this like just pop out? I forget how this actually works. How exactly does that chamber a dart? I don't even remember. Ah, you prime it? Okay, I see it. Ugh. I can't even test the seal. Funny thing is, I think the B car would still actually fit in this. I mean, I just think this is a great little design for a drum. It's not as appropriate as mags, but for 50 shots and it's relatively easy to reload, man, that's bad. That's real bad. That's a lot of dead space too. But it has slam fire. It's not very smooth, but the thing that screws you is how that pops back. That's what rotates the cylinder, is that last little bit of travel. Is what it would do if it was actually in there, right? Oh, come on. There we go. This definitely needs a Gen 2, I think. I think it's very close to perfection. I mean, this has a lot more going for it than, like, the Striker, I feel. It's crazy to think about. You could be Halt, but you could also just buy the parts for it. It's about the same cost as the long shot to get like a barrel, spring, and a plunger tube. But the newer ones are supposed to be more durable. Try reversing the plunger. Well, I mean, it's kind of meant to go on like this, I'm pretty sure. It's going to cause problems either way, I think. But I think, yeah, it's like 60 bucks. It's not bad. I feel like it needs a Gen 2. I feel it's very close. I would take this over the Striker with a Bobo kit in it. The Bobo Innovations thing. I think I have the files for it. I should just print one out. But the other thing is, like, I wish this had like a, you know, easy access spring, because it don't. Lower cost Mark IV. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen that. Pro Dictator. The Dictator is a pro blaster. The Mark IV is really good. I think that's another, it needs a Mark 4.1 to fix a couple of the issues it had. See? Like, it's, you gotta slam that thing every time or else it misfires. It's a lot of effort. The Dictator is smooth as silk. And this hits harder. This is like a 170, 180 blaster out of the box. If this is your favorite blaster, I don't blame you. I wish it didn't have these weird pieces on the side. I have a feeling if you remove those, though, it's going to look horrendous if you can even remove them. And I also don't understand why we don't have one of these blasters with the mag goes in here. Like, realistically, there's no reason the mag can't go under the barrel and do the same motion to load in. I'm really surprised Dart Zone didn't do that. The stock is actually pretty decent. It's still about 2 inches too short. But against your shoulder, because of how big it is, it's not bad. Would be nice if it was rubberized. Yeah, if this was your favorite blaster, I could definitely understand why. I like how it's just a brick. I'm a big fan of that. I wish it didn't have these plastic pieces on the side to snag. I wish it was more like how the Tomcat is svelte on the side. Grip's pretty comfortable. And I think it's like a $50 blaster. Priming grip is perfect. Yeah. I really didn't give this one enough of a chance. All I know is I think when I took it out of the box and fired it, it crowed at like 178. It was pretty ridiculous. Also, some pretty cool reload tech. There's actually, I don't have a mag around, I don't think, but there's actually a way you can like put a mag in it. And when you do that, you can shove the mag down and cable or dart at the same time. This is pretty rad. I think the Conquest Pro is just as good, but you need some mods to make the Conquest Pro a little less annoying to use. Yeah, but that's like saying, look at the original Dart Zone Pro and ask if it's worth $130 or $180 or whatever it was we paid for it. The Nexus Pro came out the next summer and completely blew it out of the water. Like, that's something to really... I'm gonna do a video. I have a Nexus Pro in box from the original launch. I think I bought 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to print that out. Get that from Bobo Innovations. I've heard really good things about it. I've never gotten it myself. But yeah, it's just a couple of 3D printed things that make it a much better blaster. It still looks a little wobbly, but that might just be his video. That's a good kit, though. If you have a printer. Printers are good. You should get a printer. When I do the video on the Greg, I will have a giveaway for an A1. Bamboo Labs sent me an A1. They didn't tell me to give it away or anything like that, but I didn't open it. I just printed off this one that I already have. And I'm gonna, if the video gets 300,000 views in 30 days, I will ship out an A1 to someone. Brand new, never been opened. A1 combo. A1 combo. But the video has to get 300,000 views. So I could rationalize spending $150 in shipping to send it out to someone. Is that reasonable, chat? I was waiting for you to stream, but it seems you mostly stream. And I usually always stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have you tried Ultra Darts and N1? It won't work. It won't work. They have different enough DRM stuff. If you love the Nexus Pro, man, you're going to really like the Nexus Pro X. Mastodon, you can overvolt it. It literally could just be rewire it for a LiPo, and it hits like 130s, I think. It's about double the rate of fire. It's a pretty easy mod, too. The worst part is that gearbox, because you do have to kind of rewire it. You know, it's a little annoying because of that gearbox, but you can do it. The MG3, I don't know what that is. Don't skip on shipping. The box has not been opened. Like, it's literally in the box it ships to me in. About 110s, I think, Zero. I did a review of a kit for one a while ago. And I think I got about 110s, 130s, something like that. It's crazy to think that the worker, what is it? The worker Hurricane could hit like 200s with full length darts, and it's like half the size of Mark 1 or an Ultra 2. Hobby Lobby, where I found an off-brand motorized soaker with a built-in bubble maker. That sounds pretty cool for 11 bucks. What's a good alternative to the Dart Zone Pearl Mark IV, and why isn't it? And why is it the Siren Mauler? I mean, I guess the problem with the Siren Mauler is the ergos are so bad. Hey, Solanese, where's my Mauler at? Is it in the same box? It's hot. I've had a day, and yeah, I'm trying not to, Tim. I'm sorry. Can you buy the Gnarl and the Mauler and stuff off of Amazon still? Yeah, I'm not going to sit down there and read a bunch of labels right now. I might do it later. Yeah. Wow, you could buy a Gnarl for $12.53 right now. How much is a Mauler? 33 bucks? 33 bucks for something I hit 280 FPS with. It says 220 on the Amazon listing, so I don't know what changed. But mine hit 280. And then the blink. The blink is 75 right now. That's good. I know Siren had plans to make some blasters. I don't know if it ever happened. I don't know how successful Siren was for them. When I saw it in like Target stores, apparently it's like kitty corner from the actual toys. It wasn't on the Nerf shelf. It was with like some weird gel blasters that also gel blasters were right next to Nerf stuff. So I don't know why that was in a weird spot. It was almost like in a discount or a clearance aisle already. With some of the outdoor toys, the pool stuff, it was just weirdly kitty corner to it. Would 6 lithium-ion batteries, it'll give you cleaner power. I don't believe they're a higher voltage. Would wait for Excalibur. There's too many pump-action magazine-fed blasters. Sporting goods. Yeah, it's not It's not with the actual, like, foam blasters for some reason. I'm not sure why. I mean, you'll have to do wiring work. Wiring work isn't hard. You can watch one video on how to solder and you'll be fine. Soldering irons aren't expensive. You can get them for like 10 bucks on Amazon. That being said, getting slightly nicer soldering irons will help. They're a lot easier to use. I mean, I hope it was pretty good. I thought they were great. I really like the idea of being able to just go into a Walmart or go into a Target and pick up a blink and being ready for any war I needed to go to. You really can't put a lot of, or put less stock in something like that. I mean, it's one of those things you get better with the more you do it. It's actually funny, somebody mentioned those lithium batteries. My pocket was full of them earlier. Man, that really screwed up my plans. That wrecked them real good, not being able to do this build. Ugh. But at least this stream works. That's the most important thing. I can't believe this microphone that I could literally swallow works. Especially with a fan right next to me. Okay, what are you talking about? Oh, that's kind of cute. I don't know if it's $35 cute, but it's pretty cute. What does it come with? Shoots bubbles and water. Oh, it's got like colored bubble mix. Interesting. And uses a single one of those like 18650s for power. Yeah, that's like everything on Amazon now. Ugh. Every single, I'm surprised NERF doesn't use AI for, or Photoshop for its stuff now. I wonder if the Bling stuff will go more on sale, but that's still pretty good. Yeah, it's basically the same exact thing. I don't know if it's $22 good. Oh, you said you got it for 11 at Hobby. I was just at Hobby Lobby. It probably is Sony. I need to figure out a place for all those blinks. I have way too many. I heard the rev trigger on the back, some people were having issues with it. Neither of mine have the problem. But I guess like a piece of plastic or in there gets bent and it doesn't press on the switch right or something. You had to remove the spring to work? Well, that doesn't sound great. Because the blinks I have are all the prototype ones. They have like painted stocks and stuff like that. They're not meant for giveaways. I don't have any brand new ones either. I have a couple of brand new Maulers and blinks, or Maulers and Gnarls, Gnarly, Pam and Gnarly. Good night, Tim. Fan feels good. Yeah, they're all the ones that have the battery chargers that don't work. And I also have like 30 freaking dead lipos that I have to figure out how to dispose of. Hey, bots! "3S lipo Kraken motors good for the Ultra 2. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fair, Solanese. I need to get that Pac-Man version. That's pretty much what I've spent my entire week doing. I mean, I've got this figured out. This table's still a mess, but I'll get there. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than we expected, JP3D. I think the street date is fine. The issue they're going to have, apparently, is actually getting them to the stores because of all the tariffs. The tariffs really did a number to Zuru. I think it did a number to like every company trying to put stuff out this summer. God, that's so egregiously huge. Moose, who hurt you? I found an issue with his geometry. Unless this is backwards. And I don't feel like it is. He's got a line that doesn't match up. And it's just the one line, Moose. Why do you do this to me? Oh, you son of a gun. There's one line that doesn't match up in the geometry, Moose. No. How dare ye? Oh, awful. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Oh man, that's I wish I would have never noticed that. Oh. I'm not sure how I feel about the black handle. No, like this isn't a joke. This line, it doesn't match up at all. He actually did mess up on the geometry on that. And also he knows I use nothing but I'm trying, is it on this part? No, it's 100% on this. This line, this edge does not meet up down here. Oh, jeez. Man, this thing is excessive. Yeah, this is what I'm literally streaming off of right now, Josiah. Imagine buying a Switch 2 like a frickin' moron. I sure hope none of you were stupid enough to do that. Man, Moose. Well, I guess this isn't even Moose's fault. This is mostly Evan's fault. Bro is literally like 5.5 feet long. Better to get a Switch OLED? No, it's better to get a Legion and Go. Like, seriously. I had to listen to Mutahar, some Ordinary Gamer, saying, the Switch 2 is the only way I'll ever play this game in appropriate resolution in the palm of my hand. And it's like, moron, you own a Legion Go. I literally downloaded and installed Cyberpunk 2077, and it ran at like, what, 50 to 60 frames per second out in the city while driving around at 1200p medium settings. That was without any kind of FSR frame gen turned on. And the Switch one is set 40 FPS at 720p or 30 FPS 1080p. And I'm like, why would you ever buy a Switch 2? Oh, I want to play Mario Kart. I gotta play Nintendo's latest asset flip. I'm so glad they ported over all these models and stuff from their mobile version and slammed it into the Switch one, and then made an empty open world that they tried to make everybody think was like the next Forza Horizon, and it wasn't. People are already bored of that game. And that's just Nintendo's MO now. That's all they do. I don't think Nintendo has legitimately put effort or thoughts and passion into a video game in 2 decades. They're all just asset flips now. The second Nintendo went full 3D on everything, the entire company ceased to exist. Bothers the hell out of me, man. Yeah, I know, General Strife. That's the problem. We need to get rid of the Nintendo fanboys. They've been a problem for years. I'm more amazed that with how bad Scarlet and Violet was, people still give like Game Freak a chance. Because Scarlet and Violet was so bad. And I actually completed the National Dex in Scarlet and Violet, and I can say it's one of the worst Pokemon games ever made. Like, by far. Absolutely terrible game. Pokemon is a shadow of its former self. And yet, Scarlet and Violet was the best-selling game in the series. They do not care. Ooh. It's called Toy Gun Soft Bullets Double-Barreled Shotgun Toys Foam Blaster with EVA darts, shooting games, education, toy model for 8+ kids, boys, girl, adult gifts. That's a mouthful.
Let's rock.
Yeah, I mean, Scarlet, or, what was it? Ooh, why does this not seem right? Why does that not seem right? Huh. I think Legends Arceus had some good plans, but it shouldn't have been a fully released game. It's like a tech demo. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. That's not even the right thing. Ugh. It's so huge. Why is it so big? Oh my God. That's not even all of it. I'm still missing the stock in the B car. The B car is like another foot. Why? Would have sucked to have to reprint that out. Jiminy Christmas. Oh, cool. It's another line that doesn't match up, Moose. I see where the problem went. It's just that one line. It's okay. If you squint, you can't see it. That's ridiculous. That is such too much blaster. I thought people kind of liked the last couple of Sonic games. Holy jeez. That's too much blaster. Oh my goodness. Seeing this together is just, it's a whole nother story. Here it is. What do you think of the color scheme? What little you can see from there. I like how this turned out. I would have used the AMS to blend these together a little bit more, but I didn't have, you need like a whole extra roll of filament to do that. I didn't have multiple rolls of gray, but we got, that is the barrel, and then this is the, none of it, oh, I get to reprint a part that I don't have filament for. Son of a dick. Snapped right, I could probably glue it, to be honest. It just had to land in that direction. I think I'm literally completely out of this roll. I'd have to buy another one. I could glue that. Yeah, I can glue that. That'll glue. It's oh well. It'll glue. I'm not worried about it. At least the mag didn't break. Well, considering I can't finish the blaster until I get a barrel and stuff in anyway, it's not a huge deal. I actually have a whole nother roll of green. I could print all this stuff out, but I'm fairly certain I have like only 100 grams of this green left.
Let's rock.
Yeah, Classic, you have a huge problem. It's called simping. You got to stop it. But thanks for the $5. I'll just consider myself that I'll just bill you for 10 minutes of therapy. What do you need the anti-tank rifle for? Anti-tank? This is anti-aircraft.
Let's rock.
Well, thank you, bots. Damn it, dude. You don't have to. You guys realize YouTube takes 30 to 50% of that and doesn't give it to me for 2 months, right? I have an Amazon card left over that I can get some filament with. I wanted a pale, like a deeper green than this mint, but I think it kind of works. I wanted the trend, like the dark green, the light green. But yeah, I can glue it. I just need to find my super glue or go to Lowe's. Here's 95 cents for filament. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Classic. It's shortened Mega XL. I can't believe that landed in just the perfect spot for that to break. I knew it was going to happen. I think I said just minutes beforehand, I was like, well, thank God that didn't break. And then it does. But PLA is pretty easy to glue back together, and it's in the perfect spot. You won't even notice it. You won't even see it. Don't you dare even try. God, that's such an obnoxious blaster. I'm not sure how I feel about the black handle. I'm still undecided on that. I thought about white. But the problem with the white is that it gets finger grease and stuff too easily. There's not very much black on the blaster, but there is some. I think I pulled it off color scheme wise. I think I got there in the end. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it rarely ever is. Fucking. Turns out you can freaking unlock Daisy in Mario Kart World. That's kind of cool. I mean, at least you have characters to unlock. Where's the bottom gray piece? That didn't break, did it? It's just so astronomically huge. Yeah, this thing's not going to stay together. But it's like, it's so close. Just, why? Why? Look at this. This thing is so stupid. It's so dumb. Again, I'm still missing part of the stock. Ugh. I'm gonna hold on to this. So I could put the barrel in it. That would probably help. Well, thank you, Classic. I don't know. I like actually playing a game and getting progression. Ooh. Is my barrel already too long? I look like I could already undo quite a bit of barrel. you still can't see it. It's too big. It's the stupidest thing. I don't think you guys can fully understand. Like, this is so insane. I wonder about the barrel being too long. That's interesting. It's supposed to be out the 9th, but I have a feeling we're going to be waiting longer than that. Ah, there we go. That's so stupid. I don't know if you guys can fully appreciate how stupid this is. I'm gonna be punching holes through so many sandwiches. Oh, now I'm excited. What a ridiculous beast. I think you can literally prime this thing by stepping on this if you print it hard enough. Shoot a Subway foot long. Nah, I need it to be wide and flat. Oh, a pizza. That's better than a sandwich. I will blow a hole. I'm gonna go buy like 4 pizzas from a Domino's and be like, yeah, can you guys not cut them? And just blow a hole through the whole thing. Yeah, that's gonna happen. A lot of people were having issues with the chain fed after I did that video. I just put a little drop of oil on each of the links, and then I just rolled it in my hands for a couple of minutes, and it's fine. I could buy a pie too. That's a lot of food waste. I'd have to like, I have a chocolate bunny, a big one. I've got styrofoam, I've got cardboard. I might try to see if I can't break a blaster with a blaster. So maybe we'll try that. Maybe I'll find something that looks thin and breakable. And then, I think sandwiches were a must. And then the last thing I could think of is like maybe a whole pizza. What happens if you try to print a mammoth in the $50 for 10 kilos Elgu PLA special? I don't know what that is, Classic. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for the $1 though. Did you do the latest firmware updates? Those two had firmware updates, I think, last night. This one hasn't, I'm pretty sure. I could check. It doesn't have any firmware updates. Lowe's bucket? Yeah, but he did that with one that was really old and brittle. You thought the CNC machine? Well, I mean, it has the hose and everything like that. I would be trying to set this up because I got to make some, oh. I'm losing my bits. I would be trying to set this up, but I got to film it. My God, my hands don't work today. Probably doesn't help with all the alcohol. I got to make gotta do some weird stuff. I got to actually like mask a PCB board and make one. But, oh, right. I wanted to check to see, will you fit? No. I guess lengthwise it would. Oh, I just locked it. I hit the button. It's even got an emergency stop button. They were saying if you upgrade to the latest firmware, you can't use any third-party slicer programs. Whoop-de-freaking-do. I have no need to use third-party slicer programs. That's kind of the idea, William. That's why I'm asking to try to get the biggest, most audacious spring combo and stuff I can out of it. But, ugh, it's beautiful. Like I said, I already got... As I knock everything over, I got the metal bolt handle I wanted. It takes about 33 minutes to print one, or not print, to mill one out. But now, one finger, easy. And you gotta imagine the kind of stuff you could build when you have this and this. I do need to get, if I had a perfect everything, I need a chop saw, like a miter saw. I need to get a, preferably exchange this out for an H2D. That way it can just literally build all the stuff. I do have a Cricut right here, and I do have a laser engraver over there. This has a laser, but it's like a 5-watt one. It's basically only wood. An H2D would be a nice step up from this with this around. And a lathe, like not a full-sized, crazy, insane lathe, but like a pretty decent mini one. Yeah, so where did I have those metal plates? I think I just had them right here. This is, this is how the bolt arms come off. You just remove the tabs, pop them out. And then this was me testing everything, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do stuff. It took me a while to figure out how to use this thing. It's not that hard. It's just I have no concept, so it was pretty difficult for me. And then I have the, right underneath the desk, I have a shop vac. I used to work at Beretta's on CNC, so it's crazy to me how small that one is. Yeah, but I mean, it's only like, you know, $2,500 or something like that. It's accurate to 0.0001 millimeter, I think. Pretty sure you need higher resolution than that for, you know, handguns, but it'll also work apparently up to mild steel. This video will be out this month. Really, all I have to do now is get the barrel from Moose and put this thing together. I mean, I don't have a problem not using the bamboo slicer. Works better than anything I've used. It's way better than Cura. I don't really see the point. I hate to be that guy, but I just don't see the downside It's like, oh, you can't use your weird esoteric third-party slicers. It's like, I don't care. Why would I care? Well, if you want to use the Poo Slicer 9000, it's like, well, I don't. Yeah, but in that one, you can do blah, 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 little tiny blah, blah, blah thing nobody cares about, blah. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I literally do not care. And if that makes me a bad person, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Louis Rossman can yell at me all he wants. I don't care. It's like, yeah, oh, well, you're just giving Bamboo the ability to completely destroy your printer at any point. It's like, yeah, so Apple does the same thing. I'm literally relying on Apple, not saying, you know, not just saying, oh, I don't want Walcom to be able to use his phone, so we're just going to instantly brick it, and there's nothing Walcom can do about it because he signed an end-user license. It's no different than that. It's no different than the end-user license agreement for your Switch, your Xbox, anything. It's no different. You're giving the company the power and hoping they don't do evil because they can do evil. And yeah, I don't care. It opens the door to Bamboo to monetize it with a monthly. I don't care. Maybe that has features. I don't care. If they do that, they're going to lose customers and somebody else will come in and replace them. It doesn't matter. That's how the open market is supposed to work. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, I don't care because it does not affect me, and the people it does affect are weirdos doing strange things. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you because for 99.9% of people, it's not going to matter. And it still means this is one of the best printers that you could get your money on. Flat out. Everybody else is still trying to catch up to Bamboo years after they released this stuff. Start charging for its slicer. What's stopping Prusa from doing the same? Prusa wouldn't because they've lost. Prusa got kicked in the teeth so hard by Bamboo, it isn't funny. Can you rationalize to me why you would spend the money on, like, you have to order a $800 hardware kit and put it together yourself, or pay $1,500 and wait 5 months to get a pre-built Prusa when you can get one of these in 3 days? And it's pretty much better in every single way. Like, what's the point of owning a Prusa anything? Keep in mind, the latest Prusas, the one you buy right this minute, still use 3D printed parts all over the place. Which is insane to me. Not upgrades, the standard durability, strength parts, it's all 3D printed. This is all metal and glass, it's very nice. I've literally, in the, year and a half, almost 2 years now I've owned this thing, I have done 0 maintenance besides, where is it? Taking some of this and squirting it on these. You can't see it, it's the rails. That's all you do. You don't, it's perfect. I don't understand why anybody would care. Yeah, it's pretty good, Holt. I don't know what that means, Vesic. What does that mean? Is it lagging now? I don't see any notifications. I mean, that's a concern of mine, because again, I'm streaming entirely off my Legion Go right now. Waste, it's going to take a little bit longer, because I just tried to put it together and I don't have the, I don't have all the hardware. So we're probably looking at another week or two. The 702 didn't happen? You're right, it is 705 now. Did nobody get the lag spike? Is it something to do with my computer? Like, that can't be, because I've installed Windows 11 on top of it. You're in California, Homely? Wait, I think I saw that you were flying on Facebook. I feel sorry. I hope you're not in California very long. I hate California. I've been there several times, and every single time it's been awful. Make sure you you try that In and Out though, so you can compare it to Whataburger. And honestly, I think Whataburger's better. It's just the O-rings and stuff, and it requires fairly large specialized O-rings. This is the plunger head. It's massive. It's huge. Like, the blaster is physically this is just the barrel. This is only the barrel. This is the rest of the blaster. It's like just insane. It's like 30 pounds. It's not 30 pounds. I think it's like 6 rolls of filament. It's like 20 something pounds of foam and anger. Yeah, this is just the barrel. This is all just barrel. I'm here for the week. Ooh. What are you doing? Is it some FFA or FAA thing? FFA? I think it's FFA, Future Farmers of America. How much filament for just the barrel part? A lot. I think the biggest part was this. This part right here, I think, took like a day and a half and like 600 grams of filament. Training other teachers, good on you, man. What a legend. It's not called, look up xshot long shot. I have 2 videos on it. And you can mod it really easily if you can buy the stuff, although you'd probably have to buy it and have it shipped across the border. Homely's so close and yet so far. I wish you were like, hey, I'm in Portland. I'd be like, I'll be there in 3-4 hours, man. I would drive down there to see you instantly. Where in California? Are you like Northern California? It was called the Senator and Target stuff for a long time, too, before we knew it as a long shot. See the woodpecker? I haven't seen the woodpecker yet. I don't know when my stream started playing the aquatic ambience, but it's nice. I like it. It's one of the better David White jams. Fresno's and Bakerfield, sort of South Cal. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, they're the same blaster as far as we know. They just like, and when they brought out like the new long shot, which still says long shot on the box, it was more called the Sinister. The red and white one is the older one. The newer ones are the teal white, the Android anime girl, and the Pac-Man. I haven't, Vesic. Is it worth the money? Because it's 25 bucks. And from what I saw, you get about 6-7 hours of content, and then you're done, and it ends on a cliffhanger. I have not had any spoilers beyond what I just said. I have no clue otherwise. And that seems like a lot to spend for an extra 6-7 hours of content. They're apparently better Halt, but I haven't verified if they're fixed. Apparently they worked on it, but yeah. I ordered the woodpecker over the linglong. God, I want a linglong. I mean, I want it, but there's other games. Like, if I were to buy a video game right now, there are other games I'd like to play. Well, I get that I'll probably play it eventually, Vesic, but I mean, I played all the way through Chapter 2 the second it launched, but I'm also sitting here thinking, like, you know, $25 for 6-7 hours of gameplay that has almost no replayability. That's a lot. And I could also just wait for more chapters to come out. Are the half-dart magazines cross-compatible within the xshot line? Any of the xshot half-dart mags will work with each other, yes. Are you a PC gamer or console? I haven't done console gaming in a long time. I didn't buy a PS5 or anything like that. I mostly PC game. Chapter 5 is coming out in 2026. I'll believe that when I frickin' see it. It took him, like, what? Frickin', like, 5 years to get Chapter 2 done? It was ridiculous. That game should have been out 3 years ago. There's no excuse for how long it took. Overstocked with Buzzbee Twist Spheres. I do have one of those. I've never even taken it out of the box, though. No, you're not bothering me at all. If I had a problem with it, I wouldn't be answering you. You gonna talk about the Legion Go with gaming? I mean, what is there to talk about? Last time I checked, these were on clearance at Targets for $350. And right now, as of like last night, I checked, you can get one of these on Amazon for $500. And if you bought the Switch 2 over this to play Mario Kart, you a certified dumbass. And then it's like, well, I bought it because eventually it's going to have a Pokemon and a Mario platformer, maybe a Fire Emblem. It's like, okay, buy it in 3 years when those games are out, because we already know they're not coming out within the next 26, they're like 16 to 18 months. We know they're not. Like, and why would Nintendo shoot themselves right in the foot making all those exclusives when they could probably make them also work with the Switch 1? And I have a feeling you're going to be dealing with that for a couple of years. Unless you really needed to play, what was that stupid game, Wheels? I don't even know why Nintendo showed that game off. It didn't even look like an actual game. It looked like a tech demo. And they made it seem like it's the next new big thing for the Switch 2. Freaking disgusting, man. And then what? You're going to play... This can play Cyberpunk better than the Switch 2 can. And it's basically the same price as you. Plus it will play, you know, tens of thousands of games. Can't forget that. It'll literally play almost everything, because you can put Windows on it, which is what I'm using right now, but I could also just dual boot into Bazite, which took me like an hour to install, and most games get like a 30% performance boost in Bazite. Doom Eternal on this... on Windows was like 50 to 70 FPS in some busy areas. In the same spot, because I had a save there, I booted into Bazite, it's 110 to 120 frames per second. Same resolution, same everything. It's amazing. Like, and what, people are buying the Switch 2, it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to play Mario Kart at 120 frames per second. It doesn't do it. Like, Nintendo straight up lied. I don't know why people deal with their crap. That thing, this is 2 years old in October, and it's better than the Switch 2 in every way. It was, what, $700 when it first came out? I bought mine for $580. And now, not only did Target have them for $350, but you can go to Amazon right now and pick one up for $500. And it's, I really hope that Lenovo keeps this around, puts SteamOS as the standard stock option for it, and just keeps producing the Legion Go 1, and brings out the Legion Go 2 or whatever. But yeah, I can't imagine why you would ever... There's nothing on the Switch 2 you would need to play right now. Do you think Dark Zone will put out an AEB as well? I don't know if Dark Zone just wants to make a similar product or try to undercut xshot. I don't think they can. I don't think you're going to be playing Mario Kart World, but I know you can play Mario Kart 8 on it, and I bet you can play Mario Kart 8 at 144 frames per second. I just want to see someone Switch 2 get bricked. I think several people have already. People have bought Switch 2s that didn't even have software installed on them. It's insane. And you gotta think, like, Valve is gonna have the Steam Deck 2 within the next year or two. And it's gonna, like, at that point, there's no reason to even look at the Switch 2. The Switch 2 might have a game worth playing. But unless the Switch 2 sells like 30, 40 million units within the next 12 months, and considering everybody's like, oh my God, it's sold out everywhere, and then people are just walking to Walmart and seeing pallets of them, yeah, it's looking like it's probably not selling as good as everybody wants you to think. It's too expensive for what it is. It barely frickin' works, apparently, according to people. Both videos I watched of like day one, it crashed on them. Which is whatever, it's a new thing, but like, we're just getting a whole bunch of problems with it, and then the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna play on it? Oh, I'm gonna play Cyberpunk. Guess what? This will already play Cyberpunk. This will play my $17 copy of Cyberpunk I bought 3 years ago. I don't have to spend $70 on another copy of Cyberpunk. This will play it, and it will play it better than the Switch 2. I just don't get it. Wait, what are you saying? The best you can fit is 2 TB. How are you gonna? Okay, hold on. First of all, that's a lie, because you could use an external hard drive. Second of all, how does the Switch 2 fit more? Oh my God, I love this song so much. This is my favorite song. Oh God, I love this song. I don't know, like you can't get higher than 2 TB. Unless you're looking at like a PS3 or PS5 or something where you can use a hard drive. And guess what? You could literally just connect an external hard drive to this thing. This is Thunderbolt 4. It'll work just fine. As you mean internal? Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you literally just freaking glue the hard drive to the back. Actually, I want to rephrase that. You can fit a 2 TB hard drive inside of it, and an NVMe, and then you can fit a 2 TB SD card, so you can have 4 TB. I don't think Siren's gonna make an AEB. The AEBs take a lot of money when it comes to like tooling and stuff like that, investment. And since xshot already has one, what are these other companies gonna do, right? So other companies would have to make an AEB that's at least as good, if not better. It would also have to be pretty much a lower price. I'm not saying they can't, but I think that's like the main reason why xshot was like, well, why even make a flywheeler when we could just make an AEB? So I have a feeling you'll see flywheelers still, but I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. More competition is a good thing, but it's like, why take that risk? You know what I mean? Like, what do they have to gain from making the same thing? Waste, I don't know what to tell you. If you need more than 1 TB of games on you, you have a problem. Because you're never going to play all of them. But like, and you know you won't ever play all of them. Wazman, they said it was going to be, what was it, the 9th of June, but it's looking like that's not going to be a thing. It looks like you're looking at July, mid-July to early August at this point. Hey, James, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, but you're talking about an entire PC. Like, if you have, and I experience this all the time because my Legion Go, I had to partition it. I had to have a Windows partition and a Bazzite partition. But when you have like 100 and something games on your Legion Go, it's like I can't even, like when I sit there, I just look at the screen like, what the hell am I gonna play? That is true, but it's not gonna be taking up terabytes. like because I cut this down. It's like I had a terabyte, so it was like I think 890 gigabytes, and I gave Bazite 600 gigabytes, and Windows has 200. So anything that doesn't work in SteamOS, I'll just run on Windows. It's the best of both worlds. However, I did notice that anything on my SD card can be played on both systems. That was the weird thing. Because I had like Doom Eternal saved to my SD card, right? So when I installed Bazite, I already had a bunch of games, and I was like, oh cool, I don't even have to worry about my game stuff. And then I realized it was only the games I had on my SD card. Yeah, but you're like, oh, if I have every Call of Duty, I can't fit that on a tear. You're not going to play every single Call of Duty. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you can have, I have big games. I have Cyberpunk's like 70 gigabytes. That's a massive game. Guess what? What is it? I have a couple of like insanely, I'm trying to think of like an insanely small game with a shoot ton of content. Fallout, yeah, like Fallout 4 is like 12 gigs, I think. That's a massive game. What else? I have a couple. I'd have to look at my Steam library, but there's like a couple of games where it's like you just always have them installed because they're always going to have a ton of content for the size. God, there's a lot of stuff installed on this, but yeah, I have games like Titan Quest. Like, how big is that? It's like 8 gigs, and it's a massive game. Monster Hunter Rise, that's like 32 gigs, and that's a ton of content. I've got emulators on here. Castle Crashers is a massive game, and it's like 180 megabytes. It's insane. Yeah. I don't think I have a favorite comedian. I don't really follow comedians. Yeah, the Oblivion remaster takes up a considerable amount of my hard drive. That is true. And considering it crashed like 4 times me just trying to exit the sewers. But I can get about 50, 60 FPS at, I think I had it at 1200p outside. I might have put it on Steam Deck, which is 800p, and I think that got me like a smooth. Inside buildings and stuff, it's 100 plus. Yeah, it's still going. I would not Steam Deck. I would not Steam Deck unless you are getting a Steam Deck like for cheap. If you know anything about computers, I would get a Legion Go, but who am I? Who listens to me? The Legion Go is demonstrably more powerful than a Steam Deck and way more cool. See, I don't even have the controllers attached to my Legion Go right now. So, yeah, this thing will fit in my pocket. I'm streaming with this thing right now. Like, how cool is that? I kind of wish I didn't have Diablo 2 on my Switch. I wish I would have gotten that on Steam. I mean, I installed SteamOS on this. It wasn't very hard. It requires a thumb drive. Like, at worst, it sucks because you need some kind of hub, because you need to be able to put in a mouse, and you need to be able to use a mouse and a keyboard and have a thumb drive. And then, yeah, it's super easy. And it's way better than the Steam Deck. Way more powerful. Screen is way nicer. How did you make it out of the sewers in Oblivion? I find like I just brute forced it. I had to play through the part right after the Uriel Septim died. I had to play through that like 3 times, but eventually it just worked. And I think they updated it recently to make it like less crashy. What about OLED deck? OLED's nice.
Rock.
It's not the greatest thing ever. Are you going to do a video on the Mammoth? Yes, I have a whole sponsored video for the Mammoth, Derek. But thank you very much for the 369. I appreciate it. I have to wait to get the rest of the hardware from Moose, but this is the barrel. It's huge. it's better than LCD. That's objectively not true. It can be, but I can tell you straight up that my phone, my Samsung S22 Ultra, has an OLED screen. It is not as nice as the screen on the Legion Go. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir on this one, but if Fow was in here, Fow actually picked up a Legion Go because I wouldn't shut the hell up about mine, and Fow was like, the screen on this thing is unreasonably nice. And it is unreasonably nice. It's also higher resolution than the one on the Steam Deck. Not that it matters all that much, but it kind of does. They did with the Legion Go 2, they lowered the screen resolution because this thing will go up to 1440p, which on an 8.8 inch screen, and that's the other thing is, this screen is massive. Check this out. Look how big the screen is. Look at that. It is massive. It's kind of ridiculous to have a 1440p screen, or yeah, on something this small. But when I'm playing anything that's older, this runs it so nice at those resolutions. The only downside is, like, when I say something like this is like, you buy a Steam Deck and you basically don't have to do anything. You buy the Steam Deck, you load your stuff up, and you play it. If you're buying a used Steam Deck that's already heavily discounted, like a refurbished one, sure. Like I said, there were targets, people are posting in Legion Go subreddit, there were targets that had this on clearance for $350, which is insane. Like I said, this thing plays Doom Eternal at 1200p at over 100 frames per second solid. And that's on like Ultra. That's without FSR or anything like that on. It doesn't run Monster Hunter Wilds. It technically runs it. It's not a playable experience. Neither can the Legion or the Steam Deck, obviously. But in like every single way, here's the other thing about this. There are 3D printed things. If you have a 3D printer, this thing's godlike, where you can buy a thing that will hold the device like this, and you can attach the controllers to the side. That is amazing for pinball and DS emulation and 3DS emulation, because you have the controls on the side and you have the portrait screen. That flexibility, and also the fact you can just take the controllers off and look, I have a Windows tablet computer that can fit in my pants pocket. I'm a very large man, I have very large pants. This can fit in my pants pocket and it can run like pretty much everything I've thrown at it. Play Cyberpunk 2077 better than the Switch 2 can. I don't know what more I have to say. Do you have to put a little bit of effort into it? Yeah. And if you can't do that effort, sure, go get your Steam Deck. Just know it's gonna be a worse experience than this for a little bit of effort. If you don't know computers at all, yeah, stay the hell away from this thing. But it's amazing. Have I played Balatro? Yes, I have like 30 hours in Balatro. Why can't the Switch have an OLED from day one? I don't know. OLED is a good and a bad thing. They don't last as long as LCDs, that's for sure. Those nice dark blacks, though, those are hard to turn away from. Is the Switch 2 more powerful than the Legion? No. That's the funny thing. This is objectively more powerful. Now, the Switch 2 runs better at lower voltages. There's something to be said for that. This is two-year-old hardware going up against the brand new Switch 2, but at peak performance, this thing like beats it pretty hard. And that's like, wait for the Legion Go 2 to come out. You know what I mean? The only thing is like, oh, well, does it play Mario Kart? No, it doesn't. Well, I'm gonna get the Switch 2. Nintendo could charge me $8,000 and I'd still buy the Switch 2 because it's got Mario Kart and I have to play it. I can't help you there. I can't wash that Nintendo's member out of your mouth for you to realize that not playing the one game will work fine. It's like I had to buy Unicorn Overlord for the Switch because I don't own a PS5. I don't want to play it on a PS4, and they didn't release it on PC, but most companies now are figuring out they should release stuff for PC. The only one who hasn't figured that out is Nintendo. Hey, speaking of Fallon, was just talking about you. I don't have the hardware. I'm missing 3 O-rings, so I literally didn't even get to step 1. So I just kind of dry fit the parts together. How about the RG Ally? That's sure. I don't think it's better than a Legion Go. Where do you think the hobby can go from here? I think at this point, it's more just like making smoother primes, making, you know, as efficient as possible blasters. I mean, there's a lot of cool gimmicks and stuff that we can see too. Just stick with my NES. Yeah, I don't know about the ROG Ally because it runs the same processor and everything as the Legion Go, but it doesn't have the detachable controllers. I think it has better battery, but that's never an issue for me because I have like a, you know, portable battery I'd always have on me anyway. No, he has to send me a new barrel anyway because my barrel got damaged in shipping. So he's gonna send me the O-rings anyway. We'll get there. But yeah, I only saw these 3 O-rings and none of them are the ones for the plunger tube, so, which is a shame. And then my hardware, the bag has a hole in it. I might have lost some screws. I'm not quite sure. This one with all the bearings in it's fine. So we'll figure that out. But the thing is I got to test streaming Legion Go and using the Osmo and using the wireless mic. The barrel is hot swap, no need for the shroud build. I don't know what you mean by that. This is just dry fit. I can pull it apart. But my barrel, it's kind of hard to see. You see how that's dented? It's gonna be really hard to fix that. So unfortunately, I think I need a new barrel. But yeah. Man, the focus. That's pretty good, Osmo. Not bad at all. Huh. That's impressive. Ooh, cool. Do you know if the drum magazine fumes from blah, blah, blah works to make 3D printed bags? I assume so, unless they screwed that up somehow. I kind of wonder how. All the drum springs are pretty much the same. They're those consistent force or whatever. They look like this. These guys. I mean, these should be the same springs everybody uses as far as I know. Yeah, yes, you can fully assemble the barrel shroud piece and then slide the barrel. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll get that far at least. It's just, what, a couple of screws? It's not a big deal. Oh, and this fell on the floor and broke. I just need to find my super glue and I can glue it back together, though. It won't even have a seam. I was gonna build a thing, Mr. Tactical, and I don't have the thing. I'm missing O-rings. So I'm gonna have to wait. But I have another barrel coming, because this barrel is bent, unfortunately. It got doinked. Pretty good. You can kind of see that. It's not round. It needs to be round. What is it meant to shoot? Mega XL. And if I do this right, I'll hopefully be able to shoot like a dart through a pizza. I have a mallet. It's no big deal. I see spots where pins and stuff can go. I'm not worried about it. Ugh. I was thinking of reprinting this red in a white, and I thought about reprinting these in red. That's not even the same thing. I kind of like the splash of yellow on there, though. What an absolute beast. torrent was $73? Do you mean the sender? Either way, that's too much. They've been on deep discount on Amazon for a while. They might still be on deep discount on Amazon. I mean, you're not up here, Classic. I would assume we'll have a shot of me blowing a hole through a pizza and then a slow pan out of me sitting on a rock out in the field munching a pizza that has a hole in it. Yeah, we'll have to get a shot of me after I blow. We'll do the foot cold open where I'm, shooting darts and stuff with it and all that stuff, and then we'll have the face for the pizza, and we'll black it out right before it gets, hits the pizza in that shot. And then we'll do like the final shot. We'll have me out in the field sitting on a rock. I'll have this, sitting there, and I'll have the pizza in the other hand. And the pizza clearly has a hole in it. That'll be great. Hey, Fallon, can I ruin this whole blaster for you real quick? I can't show it. It's kind of hard. This line, left side, this line doesn't match the geometry. Can you see that? Can you see where it's shiny? Oh, it's so hard to get the light. It seriously doesn't line up. Like, the geometry's wrong. Like, it's not an issue with my print. The geometry's just flat out wrong. Maybe I got old files or something. Is there anything the deck could do better than the Legion Go? Now, this is more powerful in every single way. Plus, this has Windows support out of the box, which isn't as good for gaming and stuff, but good luck running all of this on your Steam. I mean, there probably is because Linux, but yeah, this is insane that I could just literally plug in my, Osmo Pocket 3 into this and run Streamlabs and it works flawlessly. Like, that's super cool. My next goal is to build something where I can mount the Osmo onto it so I can walk around with it and have the Osmo Pocket there. How long could it take to install? It took me about an hour. It wasn't very long. You make the boot media. If you go to Bazite and you go like I download, it asks you what machine you have. You click Legion Go, it automatically downloads it. You then make a bootable with that, make a bootable USB with Rufus or something like that. Doesn't matter what. You make a portable USB, then you just, restart the thing and have it boot from the USB. The bootable USB installs Bazite. I mean, you gotta know computers, you gotta know how to make a partition and stuff like that. But there are videos online to do it step by step, so. But yeah, if you don't know computers, screw it. Haha, I told ya! I told ya! The geometry is flat out wrong. Absolutely, I told ya! I mean, if he already ordered you the deck, just be happy with the deck. It doesn't sound like you're a pro with computers, so maybe the deck's your best bet. Patreon post when I don't Patreon post. I have literally not opened Patreon in years. Yeah. Can you install Bazite on virtual machine? Yes. I was impressed. I got literally double frame rates in some games. Bazite is so crazy. You can tell it's crazy because the second, granted, Bazite is just a fork of SteamOS, but you could tell it worried Microsoft because they were immediately like, yeah, we're canceling our handheld and we're making Windows better. Like I said, there's step-by-step videos. The biggest thing is you gotta have a hub and you gotta have a mouse and a keyboard. A keyboard with a wired connection, mind you, not a USB, or not a Bluetooth, wired keyboard. Can you recommend the Gecko? No, buy a Fire Rat or a Viper. At this point, the Gecko's pretty old hat. That's actually the Nerf ball classic. That's not the reactor ball. Yeah, there's Tag. Tag's got like one of those all-metal Vipers. He's nuts. I could try, but I think you have to use your foot to prime this thing. What is the suggested battery life of what? The Legion Go? It's horrible. It's absolute awful. I mean, it depends on the game, and if you run Bazite, you get a substantial boost in battery life. But yeah, it's awful. It's not like the Steam Deck's much better, though. It's not even like the Switch 2 is much better. Yeah, Fallon, you a real one. Yeah, but Fallon, you also don't have the double battery in it yet. Didn't you order one, though? CNC a Gecko? I probably could, but I'd also probably get put on a watch list because they think I'd make a firearm. I just got a Visualizer. I don't know what that is, Mr. Tactical. I mean, pretty soon those batteries are going to be on Amazon, and I'll pick one up. Then I'll have no reason to buy a what do you call it? What the hell do you call that thing? A Legion Go 2. Holy crap, my brain is fried. It's pretty warm up here. I've been sweating. You know, because I've had like a bunch of popsicles and a bunch of beer, and I haven't had to break to go to the bathroom yet. Yeah, but it's a sidearm. You only need like 1 or 2 mags for it. When does the Go 2 come out? They said this year. They've produced. They had a what was it, like a prototype at CES, and then said nothing else about it. And everybody's saying it's probably going to be like $1,000 thing. Dude, this is a used blade. This is literally used. I can see dust and green on it from when it has been used. Okay. Used bit. I hope they take longer, but I don't know if we have anything out yet that uses the Z2 Extreme processor. But I mean, at this point, I'd wait to see whatever. I think they should just wait. It's already better than a Steam Deck. Wait to see what the Steam Deck 2 uses. The thing with the Steam Deck is that Valve can afford to get a custom, APU done by an AMD. They're saying, like, even in the best case scenario, the Legion Go 2 is only going to be about 15% stronger. The biggest thing is that this thing only has 16 gigs of RAM. 32 would be really nice because the GPU and CPU share RAM. If I could get this with 32 gigs, I'd be fine. That's the only other reason I think about going to the Legion Go 2. Yeah, the Z2 Go sucks. I'm not impressed. Apparently, the Z1 Extreme Go, like, apparently they make a Legion Go S with a Z1 Extreme, and apparently it's pretty good. People like them. Not impressed, Mr. Tactical, not impressed. Any way to modify NERF Pro mags to work with other blasters? I think it's not so much making other blasters or making the mags work with other blasters, but it's making the blasters work with other mags. I'm not sure. I probably just said the same thing twice. I'm an idiot. I mean, I don't think it's worth using them. Talon mags aren't that hard to get a hold of. Yeah, I saw that. I wouldn't even attempt it. I wouldn't even know where to start. Honestly, it's probably not that bad. You buy a $200 heat gun, you buy the RAM chips, the right ones. The guy probably showed the exact models you need. You put it down on a bench, you capped on tape the crap out of everything that's not those solder chips. and you just solder it, and then you reflow it, and then you put the new ones on and you run it. But you also have to do some BIOS changes and stuff too, I think. It's probably not as bad as I'm thinking it is. But when it comes to surface mount soldering like that, I have no experience. People make it look easy. I don't even have a soldering station. I use a hand solder right now. I don't know anything. No, I know about computers. Because you also have to make a partition for Bazite. If you do it with a fresh Legion Go, it wouldn't be a problem. I had to really work on it because I already had been using this with Windows for months. So I had to uninstall everything on my Steam partition and then make a Bazite partition. And then after I had done that, there was still like 400 gigs of stuff I wanted to add to Bazite because I thought Bazite could use the same partition as my Windows one for games, and it couldn't. So yeah, I had to like extend my Bazite partition stuff, which is a little sketchy. But again, there's videos online on how to do it, and it wasn't that hard. But again, you're talking about, you know, you're doing partitions, installing a new operating system and stuff like that. Again, there are videos that do it step by step. It shouldn't be that much of an issue, but if you know literally nothing about computers, yeah, it's gonna suck. If you know literally nothing about computers, you're being held back on the Steam Deck too. You're gonna have to watch videos on how to do stuff. I want lever action, and I basically want like a Dart Zone dictator, but lever action, and I want the mag to load in from the front. And I think they could do it if they wanted to, they just haven't. If I had audience with Dart Zone, that would be the thing. It'd be like, why does this not exist yet? What's that thing you use to read chat? No, see, here's the thing. This is currently streaming. And this is my Legion Go. Without the controllers attached, because, yeah. Could you metal bolt the Smiley? I already did. Where is it? I did. Check this out. One finger. Yeah! Did that with the CNC machine. It, kinda looks... Where did I put those metal? Here they are. So, this is two I haven't removed. Actually, I think one of them failed. But yeah. Makes it out of metal. This was the first one before I was still learning. So unfortunately, this was a waste of like $10 or something like that. I think it was 27 bucks for both of these. This one I could still get 8 bolt handles off of if I wanted to. Yeah, no, so for the video on this, I still have to do the last project, which is making the touch lamp, but I've done the other projects. But for my custom project, because I wanted to start small, because I have 0 experience doing CNC work, I wanted to do the metal bolt handle. And you can see it still took me a little while to figure it out, but I got there in the end. So now if I wanted to make 8 more bolt handles, it won't be a huge problem because I know exactly what to do now. And yeah, I made this out of metal. I did sand the edges, but it's one finger. No issue. Yes, this is a CNC machine, a really nice one. It's super cool. And so the next project is making one of those acrylic lamps that you see at like anime stores. But I'm literally making every part of it. So it comes with the circuit board, but you see all the bits in here? Those are the same parts that aren't on the circuit board because you can make your own circuit boards with this. So I just have to, here's a blank circuit board. Here is the mask for the circuit board. Here's the roller to put the mask on. Here's the thing. Yeah, I assume you pull this green cap off. I put this in here, and this allows me to plunger out the mask. Here's the acrylic. This right here is 2 pieces of acrylic for the light. And then this is the coolest part. This is a solid block of ABS plastic. This is one block of ABS plastic. It's awesome. It's so big. And then they give you this whole aluminum plate. This is literally just to make the button for this whole contraption. So I'll be making this tonight. This uses all this material right here. Here's the thing, they send you this. This is how you cure the solder mask. I could just do the easy way and just use the existing board, but I really want to make my own. Granted, I'm not programming it or anything. I'm literally just running the existing stuff. But I'm super excited to do that. And that means if I want to, I can even make double-sided boards and stuff. They give you a whole bunch of toys to play with. I could make my own, like, you know, strife boards or rapid strike motor boards and stuff like that. And you can obviously send those off to a company, but I don't have to do that. I made my own CNC. If you want one of these, right now, I have enough material to make 8 of them, and it takes 33 minutes to run one. Running all 8 in one batch might actually be faster. But yeah, it takes 33 minutes for it to mill this out of aluminum. It's awesome. I don't have to send off to a company. That also means, like, all the parts that people wouldn't make out of, like, unless they, like, as a company, it'd be like, oh, I want to make this part. Well, you could send this off to a company and wait weeks to get a couple hundred back, or I can make them to order. And I could make this exact part right here. This is the catch for the moose, the Mammoth Greg. I could make this easy. This actually, the only thing that would be a little sus is this knob at the top, but the rest of this is super easy to CNC. Other parts would require, like this would require substantial work to CNC. I couldn't do that. It does have a 3rd axis, or a 4th axis. It's an optional thing. You plug in and mount to the board in there. But yeah, you can get a 4th axis for rotation. Yeah, but is aluminum good for a stick? Because I don't think it is. Do you have any resin printers? I do not. If so, what for? That's why I don't own a resin printer. I kind of skipped the resin printer because I don't think there's anything a resin printer could make right now that I would need. Because resin print, I mean, maybe there is, but I haven't really seen a good use for them besides like miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons. Well, aluminum would cause wear on the plastic components and stuff pretty fast. I could just make them out of better plastic. Well, I get that too, Classic, but I don't want to paint them. Just a heads up, Walcom, I was a machinist. Oh God, you have so much you could probably teach me then. I didn't know you were a machinist. I knew you messed around with 3D printers. Gotten pretty good at 3D printers now. Granted, now I just have the ones that do everything themselves. But yeah, this has been very handy. It's taken me a while. I've got the other stuff out of it, but yeah, the next project I'm gonna make is the light. And then there's also a laser I can etch some wood with. Nobody cares, but I have to do it anyway. Just Shelford can do it. It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know who needs a desktop CNC, but if you have any inclination, I think you would be very happy with one of these. It is extremely precise. It is very easy to, I mean, if I can use it, anyone can use it. I would think if there was a big market, there would have already been made. Not impossible.
Let's rock.
Ah, Mr. Tactical refreshed his membership. I had no clue about that, James. That's rad as hell. Something like this is so pedestrian to you, though. How much was it? Or is it? These are start at like $2,400. I didn't pay anything. It was all sent to me for a video. Have you heard of H3VR? Yes, I have. You talk about hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. I think I've actually played it on stream before. For how well it works and how easy it is to operate and stuff, yeah, it's a shame. I also had to buy a shop vac. That was like another $70. But yeah, it's crazy good. Yeah, I think these run you about $1,200. I think mine was like $1,500 with the AMS and everything for it. And then of course these two were sent to me. I don't know how much I recommend a carbon. I haven't really had that much of a need for it. I think you could make do with an A1 or a P1P or something, but I do have one. They are overkill. I haven't even printed ABS on this thing yet. I'm hoping after this next video, I can get Bamboo to send me an H2D. With some PC or PA. I mean, I probably could. The problem is the filament's so expensive. It's a Carvera Air waste. I'll have a video out on it, not next week, probably the week after, or next weekend or so. I have everything filmed with this next project. I'll finish that next project probably tonight. And then I'll edit all that together and get the talkie bits and stuff out. And the video will probably do horrible, but it's a super fun, interesting thing that I'm sure certain people will be like, this is game changing. Because like, you can think of like the CNC, you could buy those little tiny kind of crappy ones off Amazon and stuff like that. This thing's a beast. Such a beast compared to those. Are you gonna ride the Lightning on the Mammoth? No, it took way too much filament to do that. I just printed it out normally. I'm hopeful I can get this done before, I have to get it done before the end of the month, but I'm hoping I can get everything in next week. Is this supposed to be a Mega XL Moose too? I mean, technically, yeah, but you're saying that like Mega XL isn't huge. Like, this is a massive dart. I mean, look at how big this plunger tube is. This is ridiculous. This is huge. This is massive, right? Massive. This is so insane. It is a world of its own. That's nuts. This will not do that. But it is, you know, actually an attainable amount of money. Like, it's used car expensive, but it's not more expensive than like a new Bugatti or something. All of your mentions are going through, Hull. To help you afford something better than Bush, this is the greatest thing ever, and I'm upset because I bought a pack of it. I went back 3 days later and it was gone and it's never come back. But yeah, Busch Light Apple is like my favorite thing. It's so good. I love apple juice and it's basically that, but a beer. How often do you use multicolor? I often don't, to be perfectly honest. I like the AMS because I live in Washington where it's humid, so this thing's all locked up. And I've got the hydrometer and stuff inside of it to, you know, it's actually a little wet right now. It's saying it's at 25%. But I've got like the beads and stuff in it. Can I even pull these out? I can't even pull them out. But yeah, I've got like the, I'm trying to dry it out as much as possible because Washington's really bad for humidity. I don't really like Angry Orchards. They give me heartburn, kind of like Mike's Hards. These aren't very sweet. That's why I like them. Have you seen the Creality AMS equipment? I have. Have I used one in person? No. Do I think it's going to compete with the Bamboo? No. There's no way. Creality is in a weird spot right now. I don't know why you would... They try to undercut Bamboo, and then it's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. Then you actually use it, and it's a nightmare. I used Creality printers for years, and I spent more time trying to fix them than actually printing with them. I had a CR7, I had a CR10 Smart, I had the 3, the Ender 3 that everybody loves. Yeah. It is kind of nuts, isn't it, Ready Game? I remember the whole, when Greg was putting it out, he did a lot of testing and stuff, showing it off in Hawkeye's server. I've been watching him do it since the very beginning. It's not that easy, Waste. There are things CNC can do, and there's things CNC can't do. That's kind of nuts, Ready. Is the Ender 3 still decent? I don't know. I don't know why you'd even look at one. Like, if I was in the mood for, like, a budget, I'd get, like, that new Centuria or whatever. I can't remember who makes it, but I would just get one of those. I wouldn't even look at an Ender 3. My biggest problem with Creality is, like, if you go to, I don't know how it's changed in the last, couple of months, but if you go to, like, Amazon, you type in Ender 3, they still sell, like, the Ender 3 1 for, like, $200. It's stupid. I actually want to check. I was pissed about that. It's like they're legitimately trying to scam people to sell their old stock of printer now. Like, they have the V3 up there, which I don't even know why you'd look at that. And then here's the Ender 3 V Pro. There's no way the Ender 3 V Plus is worth $400. The original Ender 3 is $180, and it's like, that's actually not even worth buying. Because I think we saw, like, a bunch of better printers that were in that $200 range. Least of which is, like, the Mini. But it's a bit more expensive than that right now. I think they are, like, $230 right now, the A1 Mini. And then you have to buy, several $100s in upgrades, and it's just a pain in the ass. I wouldn't even bother. There's no way I could recommend buying an Ender 3. And no, I wouldn't even buy an Ender 3 Pro. There's no way. There is no way the Ender 3 Pro is worth buying in 2025. Or the Ender 3 V3, there is no way. What was it? Is it Elegoo? Somebody has, like, the Centuria or whatever. I think those start at, like, $250, and they are way better. I'm trying to remember who made that. A lot of there's a whole bunch of, like, if you just type in, we did this on stream, and we found a bunch of really good printers that were way cheaper. I don't know why there's 18 different listings for the FlashForge Adventurer 5M. They actually reached out to me to do a video on their new printer, but there's no, I couldn't rationalize it because it's like I'm just doing a Bamboo printer. I have no reason to look at a FlashForge one. Is the A1 Mini usable before you put it? You don't put money into an A1 Mini. It works right out of the box. It's just a small print bed. I think it's slightly smaller than an Ender 3. What is the name of that printer? Like, I can't remember who built it. But yeah, there's a couple of really good options out there, but I don't have experience with them. They just look good on paper. That look way better than like anything Creality's puts out right now. If you spend $1,500 on a Creality printer, you are silly in the head. And the worst part is Creality is trying to pass off their old printers as new ones with little... They make a different, like, shroud cover and they try to sell an Ender 3 as a new printer. What is the name of that company that made that? Cobra Century? No, that's Anycubic makes the Cobra. I'm gonna look it up now. Creality was great 10 years ago. Yeah, it's Elegoo Carbon. They have a fully enclosed printer that prints double the speed of any kind of Creality one, and it's $300. And I'm pretty sure people already have videos on. They're like, yeah, this is the best budget printer there is. I don't know if I'd say it's the best, but it looks a heck of a lot better than anything Creality has on market right now. And they're trying to sell you their stuff for like, oh, here's a $15 Creality. It's like, you guys are the budget option. You guys don't do high end. There's no way. The Ender 3 was great, but the thing is like, as soon as another company came in that was better, it completely invalidated. Like, that's the problem with bamboo stuff, is that it's just so easy to put, like, you take it out of the box, you turn it on, you let it update. You have to do the phone thing, but I bet Creality forces you to do that now too. I just can't fathom why you would ever pick up a Creality product. Like, why would you buy the Creality knockoff of the bamboo stuff? Unless there's like a super deep discount. That's the only reason. But from where I'm sitting, I don't see it. Creality's trying to sell their Ender, they're like, this knockoff right here. They're trying to sell that for like $500, $600. It's the same price as this. Why would you get the knockoff when you can get the real thing? Because that's what it is. It's absolutely a knockoff. Creality did not invent that technology. Creality didn't even come up with the idea. They saw this, and a year later, they tried to put out their same competitor. It's the same thing. And that's where the difference lies. Creality is trying to play catch up now because they sat on their laurels for years instead of inventing new stuff. This is where they're going to wind up. I don't know how the Flash Forge, the new ones, work. They look really good. But I also can sit here and look at this Elegoo Century Carbon, which again, it's a $300 fully enclosed everything. It looks like this, and it's $300. This was $1,500. Now, at that point, I'd be like, well, yeah, maybe you want to buy the knockoff, because the knockoff is, if it's even half as good as this, it's going to be worth it. Because you can buy 5 of those for the cost of 1 of these. I just can't, I cannot fathom you buying a Creality product. The only reason is like, I have a $200 Amazon gift card, Walcom. And at that point, I'd still say, look at the Flash Forge Adventure 5M. I wouldn't even look at the Creality stuff. Like, the original Centauri, I think, is $200. So I'm looking, yeah, they're damn it, I wish the camera was right here. That's the Centauri. That is a $200 printer. You could build an enclosure for it. It's basically the same as the Carbon. It's just not fully enclosed out of the box. The flipping thing is $200. Is it sold out? Yeah, of course it is. I bet you can find videos and people are saying it is insane. It looks insane for the price. Hey, crap, dude. I have like brand new Creality printers from like 2-3 years ago. I gave them all away. But like I bought like a CR or an Ender 7 or whatever it was that everybody said was awful, and mine actually worked really well. Didn't have Wi-Fi, didn't have crap. The Ender 10 or the CR10 Smart, I literally got that from Creality. They sent it to me to do a video on. It never worked. At no point did that printer work. Months after I got it, I finally posted on Reddit. I had to install a firmware update from before I got the printer to get that printer to work, because it had auto bed leveling, and the problem was it would do the auto bed leveling and then it would stop. Auto bed leveling finished, and it would never save those settings. So you can't manually adjust it because it was auto bed leveling. It didn't have manual adjustment. It never worked. And I even told the guy, I'm like, dude, it doesn't work. I sent him video after video screens like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't get this thing to print anything. It's not level. It's not saving the bed leveling. And and they're like, oh yeah, no, you got to install the firmware update that came out 3 months before you got the printer from the company. And it was like, are you kidding? And so it's like, I even told the guy, it's like, look, I know we're like 8 months later, but I got it working. And they never responded to me. And now Creality hates me. And it's like, I just don't even know what to say you. Mind you, I don't know any other way of doing it and changing colors. What I don't like about Bamboo is the scap it puts out. Oh, yeah, I don't care. You print these. This takes care of that. It's super easy. And the thing is, like, the reason why I actually like the A1 over this, I think this AMS style is flawed. This AMS style is way better. Way better. It's gone, Skinny Scouter. How you doing? How you doing? I think it's like 8 something. Wife's probably asleep by now. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. Probably have ramen. I've seen they like clamp on and encapsulate the things. I've seen it. It requires some hardware. I might print one out. Burgers sound amazing, Solanese. I don't have money for fast food. I hate fast food. We picked up some stuff from Costco. I just don't remember what we picked up. My xshot Ragefire has 200 rounds, but the belt is heavy. Yeah, that's the problem with those extended chains. Like, you could build a box for it, but yeah, that's the problem. That's why every video I talk about is delinking chains, which I think there are 3D printed options for that for the Ragefire. You have to have a 3D printer that. I honestly, I will never talk smack about McDonald's other than the prices. The prices can go screw themselves. If I had 20 bucks right now, I could mess up a whole bag of burgers. But yeah. I rarely use the multicolored. I would have for this, but the problem is, like, I just didn't have enough filament because it wastes so much filament. Well, yeah, you'd have to have a box to feed from. And then it's usually the problem is after you feed them, the chain on one side gets too heavy and it messes up the clutch mechanism. Yes, of course. Everybody knows about Costco hot dogs. Their pizzas are pretty good, but I've had so much Costco pizza, I'm actually freaking tired of it now. Because it's kind of hard to beat a Costco, like a $10 Costco pizza that feeds you for 3 days. But I'm so done with Costco pizza. I can't. I will puke if I have any more Costco pizza. I I had a mod video idea for the Fury X, but I didn't get enough gains. It was like, I got from like 150 or 140, 150 to about 170 FPS. I wasn't very happy with it. I've done mod videos for the Nexus Pro X and Striker 2. I haven't done mod videos for them, but just buy the spring from Dart Zone and slap them in there. Ah, mod video. I actually have the entirety of like a short for putting the spring in the Striker 2.0 done. I filmed all of it like a year ago. No, the A1 Mini is fantastic. You have a good one, James. We got to catch up sometime. Maybe you can teach me something on the CNC stuff. Would you recommend a Smiley over? Yes, 100%. The Smiley is just so good. I don't know. I'm sure there are people out there that somehow find a way to have problems with this. Once you get the metal bolt, like, even if you don't have the metal bolt, but, like, how do you not love that? Like, it's so light, snappy, fast, powerful, accurate. It does everything. And that mag in backwards. Like, it's the best. The only thing is, like, do you need 250 FPS? I guess get it into the FX. I don't know. I'm very happy with my CNC metal bolt. I thought about trying to make this out of metal too, but it's a little complicated. So I need to get like a lathe or something. I could do a metal trigger. It wouldn't be that hard. It wouldn't really increase anything. But yeah, I could do a metal trigger. But I don't want to get Nightingale mags. Well, that's the thing. You just get Venom Pro mags. That's why mine's like that. It's because it's like, it just uses the Venom mags. And like, realistically, how many mags do you need? You only need like 4 or 5 magazines. You don't need more than this thing would absolutely be worth. I'm pretty sure there's already a straight Talon mag for it, but I think you're losing a lot of aesthetics with the straight mag. This looks so cool like this, it's not even funny. I literally printed this out because it didn't use the straight mags. Because I bought 2 Venom Pros. And that's 4 mags, that's more than enough. It's some one-off Evike, I don't remember what it's called. I never actually got a listing, I didn't buy it. They sent it to me with a C to S a long time ago. Yeah, I think I saw somewhere that there is a straight Talon version. I assume that's worse, but you do you. We are so spoiled in this hobby. You want literally every single blaster to have universal magazine compatibility. It's like, that doesn't exist in most like firearms and stuff like that. Aren't the Venom Pro mags only like $10 for 2 of them on the Dart Zone website? I don't know where I put my phone. Oh, I'm literally playing with it in front of me. I'd also just keep track of like Target because they had the Venom Pro. Oh, it looks like it's $10 per mag? That would be awful. Oh, $10 per mag, Dart Zone? That is gross. We saw the Venom Pros at Target shortly after it came out for 25 bucks. I bet you'll find $30 Venom Pros, you know, October, November. Is the Dictator still a good buy? If you can find one for like 30, 40 bucks, sure. We were just talking about it earlier. It's pretty smooth, pretty powerful. There's a couple of options ways, but the thing is, like, drum mags just aren't really that good options. Drum mags work really good as for like secondaries or sidearms. They don't work really good for primaries, not unless you can easily reload them. Do I own a 1022? I have a lever action 22. I don't own a 1022. I own a Henry 22 lever action though. Do I want a 1022? Yes. Is it considered an assault weapon in Washington because our freaking state is stupid as heck? Yes. It's ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if it's absolutely banned by now, knowing how the state is going. $11 Dictator sounds pretty good. Well, funny enough, I was looking at getting an AR7 and those aren't banned. So, and it's kind of like a 1022. So I might just get one of those. I have an MHPM LMG. The problem is it never worked. That's kind of a big problem. So I've never done a video on it. I think I had it on stream. It's sitting over there, but yeah, it doesn't work. The darts come out like vortex discs. Yeah, in Washington, it's considered an assault weapon because nobody in power has ever even smelt a gun, let alone fired one. I would like to get the video of the LMG out of the way. I actually have the new pusher from Mr. Heathpants and a flywheel cage. I might actually try to fix it, but yeah, it's annoying. No, I haven't. This was the test stream for it. AR7 without stock, but no, the stock is the entire point of the AR7. Nice try though. Yeah, that was this whole stream was to test this mic with that camera with this computer. Because I can literally unplug this from power and grab the camera and I can take this anywhere in the studio. So I want to actually build a mount for the Osmo Pocket to attach to the Legion Go so I don't have to worry about juggling two things and dropping one and breaking it. But right now, yeah, it's working flawlessly as far as I can tell. Have you used your Magnum custom Magpie? I have not. It actually got damaged a while ago, and I think, get the files from Heathpants, or maybe I asked him for them. He had to hand build that. He said it requires a lot of fiddly work. When I first got it, it actually didn't work because I'm right-handed and he's left-handed, and that was enough of a difference, the way he smoothed the parts, for it to be unusable. I had to actually send it back to him. It is the coolest revolver, though. I'm really surprised that they never really did more with it. Washington's always trying to one-up California. It's annoying. Even though it's like you literally can't go to any big city in Washington, and it's the most dangerous places imaginable. It's horrible. I haven't been to Seattle in so long because the last time I drove through there, it literally like Escape from New York. It was horrible. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. If you want to have fun, look at like the Seattle subreddit and see just how bad things have gotten there. They don't do anything. I don't know what to tell you. It's so hard. You're not supposed to use it against actual people, so that should clue you in. We'll find out. Hopefully, I mean, these are the springs. This is actually one spring. These go together. I could you could really hurt somebody with one of these. It's like barely a spring. You can barely compress it. It's funny. Has Washington beat? I don't know anything about that. I don't live there. Nice to see you, J-Ro. Thanks for popping in. Cali wanting to succeed. That's a good one. All the Californians talking crap about when the Texans want to do it, then Californians like, oh, we're gonna do it there. No, I'm sure they do. It's not the first time. I'm just saying it's funny hypocrisy. Everything's going to crap. That's not gonna fix it. Every single time I just remind myself of Carl going, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Would you put a handguard on the new xshot AAB? I think Blah's making one. I've seen a Tag making a bunch of them. Would I put one on it? No, I don't. What's the point of the handguard? Like, it doesn't do anything for me. It lets you get more tactical with it. I don't care, personally. When I can avoid it, I don't like to put 3D printed stuff on my injection molded blasters. This kind of stuff, you have to take care of it. Like, I can't leave this in my car. It will melt. So putting that kind of stuff on a blaster like the AEB, where it's like, cool, I get a little tiny advantage of whatever ergonomics or tacticalness I can get from putting a 3D printed thing on it, at the expense of now the beautiful, nice, injection molded metal blaster now has a part of it that is fundamentally fragile. And like, I'm saying fragile, like I dropped this piece, right? And it snapped. But to be fair, 3D printed blasters have gotten a lot better. And I like keeping them separate. I don't like merging them. Sometimes you have to, but it's like, oh, you can put 3D printed rails on your blast. Like, I don't care. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. If it's something that fundamentally changes the way the entire blaster works, I'll get on that. But yeah, it's like, no, I probably won't ever put a handguard on it. Maybe, but I'm not worried about it right now. There is like if it's like a whole kit, I might think about doing that, because I might send my AEB off to Shane because he thinks he can make the dial custom spring load thing that he did for the Javelin M4X. He can retrofit that to probably work with the AEB. So I kind of want to send him mine so he can whip that up. You know? I don't think like it's fair to say like 3D printed blasters are like super fragile, blah, 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 broken, because most of them have lots of metal parts and stuff in them. I'm just saying like fundamentally it's like a different thing. I like just not having to worry about that kind of stuff. Because if you start doing that, you have to treat every single blaster like it's a 3D printed blaster, which is kind of annoying. But we'll see. Like I said, maybe it might be worth doing a video, like printing out Tag's cool handguard he's been showing me, on top of having Shane do the 3D printing to make the adjustable stock. That might be the way to go. Ugh. Well, I have accomplished literally nothing during this entire stream, and it's been like 3 hours. Which is your fave? What's my fave what? Blaster? Purple blaster corn. I don't know why that was that. I don't know if that was caps lock worthy. I mean, right now, you already said no grain rain, so Grain Wayne Awaken. There's a new Awaken. I have to figure out how to get one. There's a new model, and I need to figure out how to get one. I just reminded myself there's a new Awaken, and I need to get one somehow. Crap. Oh yeah, the Blaster Corn Riz Master. That'll be fun. It's still not going to be like that much different, but it'll be cool to cover both blasters in one video because I couldn't get a whole video off the Blaster Corn. Are you still sponsored by Magix? No, they haven't sponsored me in years. That's kind of neat. It's not like caps lock worthy, but it's cool. They already do a Blaster Corn 2-pack, so. You need 2 plunger tubes and stuff on it, John. It's possible, but yeah. If you had all the parts, would you have managed? Yeah, of course I would have. I mean, I already pretty much got most of the blaster together without the screws, and I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be insurmountable. I have all the hardware, I just don't have the, like, the literally first step is take O-ring and put it on this, and I don't have the O-ring, and it's like, well, crap. Who would you like to make it a pro AEB next, Worker or Dart Zone? I think Worker would have a better chance of surprising people. The problem is, like, if you make an AEB, it has to be different than what xshot's already done. Otherwise, you're just making the same thing. Oh, man. Tomorrow's gonna be even hotter. And it was too much today. Did you machine all the parts for your Smiley? Oh, I got a parts kit from a friend. Falla, Adam, Blono Nerf, whatever he goes by now. He sent me a hardware kit because he had to buy the hardware himself to build one. So he had a lot of stuff left over and he just sent me the stuff. As for the bolt arm, though, I machined that myself. I'm quite proud of it. Because now I can just go, yeah. Oh, there we go. And that's cool. Now I can make those, and it's fun. I mean, here's the thing, Classic, I'm not a machinist. I would have to have the model, I would have to know how to do the tool pathing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I might be able to, but I'm not a machinist. I'm not an engineer. I got the thing, but my ability to use it is going to be somewhat limited. I'm guessing the Mammoth takes the Moose 2 as Moose's craziest blaster. Yeah, from what I know, it's the most insane thing. I don't really know that one, Shy Guy. I don't have any opinions on that. All right. I need to get up and move around. I've been streaming for 3 hours, just kind of sitting here. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm glad this test worked, so I know where to go from here. I'm glad I remembered the Legion Go was a thing for streaming. This works out good. But I really appreciate you guys that tuned in. Oh, will I use it more? Probably, yeah. I don't know what we'll do next time. I need to get this done. I won't be able to stream it. I guess I'll have to film it. But yeah, we have stuff coming. I got a lot of stuff I have to sift through. I got to get done with the video on this. Got to get done with the video on this. I got a lot of stuff I have to do. Maybe a tour around the studio. That's possible if I can figure out a nice way to mount the Osmo Pocket. But the problem is like the rest of the studio sucks. It's horrible. Alrighty. Whole pizza. Thank you, Classic. You're the best. Don't know anyone to tell you otherwise. All right. You guys have a fantastic night. Bye.